this is Demonocalypse with a replay of World of Tanks. This is actually one of my first battles before I actually got into the 7th Armored Division, 23rd Battalion. Yeah, so I just paired up with Sergeant Rock'n'Rolla, and well, we're on Arctic region, as you can tell by all the snow. Unfortunately, I can't really have a transcript of everything we talked about during this battle, and it has been some time since I actually went through this particular battle, so just have to call it by ear. All I know is that I did fantastically in this battle. Dang it. Now, after this, I'm going to have to grab some tissues, my nose all clogged up. Oh, in addition, I also was trolling around the forums a little bit. I think it was actually in the European forums that I found it in, but it's a replay manager. Not integrated into the game, mind you, but it is very helpful. Small issue right now is that I've loaded it up 3 times. The first and second time it's loaded up fine. The third time everything is in code, so I'm going to have to probably unpack it again and see what happens there. As you can see, driving around my IS, Sergeant Rock'n'Rolla is in his Panther M10. Very okay tank. It's the best way I can put that. And miss! As you can see, well, a miss is a miss, as everyone can tell. I actually get the killing blow here. Well, actually I don't, yeah. Sergeant did. But, as you can see, the majority of our team went south. It's me, Sergeant Rock'n'Rolla, in his M10. Cromwell and a T-21 guarding this pass here. We get overrun. They get overrun. And then it's just me, Sergeant Rock'n'Rolla, and the Hummel for ending. As you can see, the Cromwell faced Cromwell PZ-4 and a Jake Panzer 4. The T-21 also faced them. They don't last very long. I should go over here to try to defend the pass a little bit more. Cromwell kills the Cromwell, and the Cromwell gets killed by the Jake Panzer. And I can't aim down. The story of my bloody life. And Sergeant is just trying to snipe over there for now. I really should have just had my gun facing that way because I knew there was enemies going to come over there. We have a light tank. I'm presuming it is the T-21. Trying to capture the enemy base, or at least distract them for a little while. Boom! 3/4 of your health gone in a millisecond. How does that feel? And here comes the PZ-4. One shot. Very fun indeed. AMX 12 tons complaining about lag. No, it's just a terrible tank. How I bounced that, I have no bloody clue. I mean, since the Jake Panzer 4 got that gun upgrade with the 75mm, 150mm penetration, I can hardly blame him for actually hurting me, but still, I'm surprised I didn't pen him and just blow him the frick to Kingdom Come. Me and Sarge here just gonna take him out. I lose some money on this shot, but I don't really give a crap, simply because he died. Which, as we know, it's always good when the enemy dies. Now we're going to turn around and go defend base, because as you can see, there are quite a few heavy tanks there. I wouldn't say, like, we got overrun. I just thinking, well, we didn't deploy correctly. I mean, actually, I think this is a very close match. I mean, one-on-one at the very end, me against the KV-3. And I'm always over anxious about firing, so I end up missing quite a bit. Fault of mine, I know, but, well, you gotta shoot what you gotta shoot. Goodbye. I got a Panther over there. I think they changed up the hill variants in this valley, because I swear that it was a bit flatter than this. And no damage penetration. I think I must have killed one of his people at least, I'm hoping. No, I can't hit the Panther, it's too low. How about the Tiger? I know he's coming around that hill. As you can see, both the Panther and the Tiger are going against that, going after that Hummel. Enemy vehicle destroyed. 4 kills. And this is what good teamwork actually does. I mean, I am a hot-headed person. I go off by myself a lot, and I do regret it at times, but I usually end up having fun. Having someone here, at least someone a bit more experienced than I am, even if his win rate isn't as high as mine for whatever reason, that to slow me down and tell me when I shouldn't be running off ahead is good. It's very cohesive to team play. Let's go after that Panther, shall we? Gonna go this way, he's gonna go that way. I may take a few shots, but what the heck. Come on, Now, tell me, that angle doesn't make any sense to me. Shouldn't I have penetrated him? I swear that front plate only has 120 millimeters of armor on it, and I have 175 millimeters of penetration. Unless I got bad RNG, he should be dead, correct? That's another thing I really don't like about the IS, is that its ammo capacity is just terrible. Okay, now we just gotta figure out where that KV-3 went. Somehow he ends up behind me, if I remember correctly. I have no idea how he did it. I think he ended up scooting around through the central road, just along like F5, the road going from H6 to D4, and then going around that way. It's like, I have no idea how I saw him before he saw me, but, you know. I really need a gun laying drive on this thing. And I bounced! I have no idea how that happened. But it happened. And he hit me for a good amount of damage, and I took out his track. How I only took out his track, I don't know, but I know this guy also has a fat ass which I can hit. I also can't remember who reloads faster. If I remember correctly, technically the KV-2 is supposed to reload faster, but he bounced, I burned him, he's dead. And Top Gun, end of the replay. And I'm going to pull up the replay manager and see if that's actually working correctly. If not, I'm going to have to re-unpack it and reload some stuff to see if it works properly. Okay, I think this should be working correctly now. Okay, yeah, here it is. This is the battle that you guys just saw the recording of. This is the World Replay Manager, World of Tanks version 0.1.0. I will be putting the link in the description for this. Please note it's nowhere near finished. It works fairly well. Some key features that I would like aren't in it at the moment, but it works. Works better than anything than wargaming has put out, but then again, they haven't put out anything, so it's kind of hard to compare it against anything. But as you can see, victory. I survived. I got 6 kills. It was a 3x event, so I got about 1,300 experience out of that. Yeah, 1317, damage 3,343, shot 17, hits 15, hit percent 88%, credits, repairs, ammo, profit 16,357. That is a comprehensive list that I like. There's also a export to Excel button, detailed view. Nice. Like, I haven't looked through everything in this program, so there's some things that I simply didn't see. Oh, and if you click the player's name, it'll bring it up on worldoftanks.com. And then you can compare it against the other people that you're playing against. Wow. And red, it seems like, are the people that you actually killed here. Clan, yeah. And everything's adjustable, just in case you want to go back and look at an old replay. Nice. Of course, a detailed view of a game that you didn't finish means that you don't have all the information from it. Of course, all the information is available. It's just that it can't be translated correctly. Filter, favorite, export. There's a select favorites folder, but it's also supposed to be my replays.ru. Huh. But it's a very useful tool. I like it quite a bit. It just needs to be evolved a bit more. Let's see. Wrong button. Where did I put you? Okay, I really got to find out where that went. I'll go look for it for a few seconds. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I found it on the European forums. And it's still at 0.1.0. It works with everything from 7.2 up. And another thing when you first pull this up is that dang it, it's saving, not there. Another thing when you first unpack it from that download is get rid of all the language packs except for the one that you are. Like, I'm English North America. There is also English European, English German, German European, stuff like that, and Russian. Get rid of every single one except for the one you use, because it always defaults to Russian for whatever reason. So, and you can go to myreplays.ru, and then there's a bunch of other stuff you can put in if you so choose. So let's just pull up this ELC match and replay. Quite honestly, if I remember this match correctly, we did not do terrific. As you can see, I went 2 tier 5s. I'm a tier 5 light, therefore I'm weighted a bit heavier for whatever reason. In truth, the ELC AMX is more of a TD than a light tank. We all know this. We all accept this, except for the devs. And because the devs refuse to acknowledge it, we're screwed. We get screwed over by a lot of shit.
Move out.
Yeah. The frame rate's not that great, but it could be worse. Yeah, there's a lot of sniping going on in this game, and actually it lasted fairly well considering the tank I was in. Then again, like, my 170mm penetration simply isn't enough against some of these tanks. running into a KV-5 is extremely detrimental to my health. And as we all know, the ELC AMX is not well known for its accuracy. But the fact that everything is a no damage penetration doesn't help either. Help this guy kill the big guy. Honestly, I'm not sure if we could have done better or not in this game. As you can see, we're kind of holding our own. We got one light tank over by our base. I realize this, and I'm the guy that ends up going back. Another thing is that our village route is completely undefended. There's like 2 people there. Now, if the enemy had seen this and realized this, then we would have been boned. Seriously, very, very bad bone. I wonder if a gun laying drive on this thing would make any much of a difference. Because simply put, I need to aim faster. With how slow I aim, it's terrible. I mean, it takes me 12 seconds to reload, and then it takes me nearly that amount of time to actually aim. Well, I'm exaggerating. You know, I do a good amount of damage, 90 millimeters. So, you know, 200 more sometimes. It'd be nice if it was a bit more consistent, but, you know, can't have everything we wish for. If we did, I'd be rich and I'd have no reason to do this. I still don't have a reason to do this. I'm just bored. Come on, baby. Like, this has happened a lot recently. The replay is just and as you can see, the 2 people I'm with right now are Real Knot and Silent Amori. Silent Amori is just that. It's a silent person. And I just really do not pay attention to chat that much. And I twitched. I've had this mouse for about 2 years now, and I think I'm going to get a new one. Wait a second. Actually, no, it'll be 2 years next November. And so right here, I really should have just focused fire on the T-34 up there. I do end up killing some up there, yes, but it's not the T-34, and I really don't do a lot of damage to that one person overall. Make plenty of money to reap any losses that recoup any losses that I took during this game, but bullet go straight. Well, I got rid of him anyways. I think I also killed this SU-100 here, but I'm not sure he goes to T-29, or even if we do kill him. If you'll notice the map, there's pretty much 2 people in my area. Me and T-26E4. What the T-26E4? Panther. No, sorry, I'm seeing things here. I have no idea what that T-26E4 is. KV-4 is coming around the edge here, and I really do not have an angle on him, so it's causing me a few problems. I try to scoot around it, but my gun just can't get through his freaking the side armor of his turret. I can't penetrate it, and when I shoot him in the side, well, that really doesn't do much either. It'll knock out his track fairly easily enough, but I cannot penetrate him. I just can't. Burn! And, like, this is hilarious because no one actually kills me. right over my head. I am so lucky here, but then I do this.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
Yeah, that's just bloody hilarious. I'm sorry. It's just like, okay, I'm out of here. I know I made my money back on this, but that's one thing wargaming really has to work on for their replays. It's just recording the data after the fact. Now, two things I want them to integrate in this, simply because it'd be nice, would be the ability, like right now, if you hit enter on a replay, it doesn't open it up. Enter does nothing. I want it to do something, because that is pretty much standard in a lot of interfaces. Like, okay, I can double click on it, or I can press enter. One of the two. It works on pretty much any other program. The other thing is being able to hit delete and have it actually delete something. It doesn't do anything right now. I just pressed delete. It didn't do anything. I know page up and page down do something, but I'm afraid to touch them because everything's nice and neat and organized right now. So, yeah, this is pretty much the replay manager of World of Tanks, taken from the European World of Tanks website. So, take it, leave it, like it, love it. I think it's great. Someone finally went ahead and did this for themselves. Like, I'm terrible at programming, so I really would not be able to do this myself. I'm really hoping that Wargaming finally gets their act together and puts a replay manager in the game, because right now, I suggested that, 3 years ago when they finally started putting in replays, and they really need a manager in-game with easy access to everything, so you don't have to go out of the game, replay, then figure out what the frick happened. It also needs a time slider bar rather than this fast forward or rewind 30 seconds BS. I think it has to do with how the game allocates memory, but honestly, I have no clue. Alright. This has been Demonic Lips on the World of Tanks Replays Manager. Thank you for watching.